Hey everybody, it's the Black Anime Guy. I know I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. I've been doing a lot of stuff getting out of the house, and summer vacation. I wasn't home, and I didn't have my laptop with me, so I couldn't really do much about it. But I just decided to make another video again. But this one is not an anime again; it's a movie. Yeah, a movie. The movie is called Step Up in 3D. It's like I'm coming right at you. The movie was okay. I liked it. Very cliche though. Very cliche. It's a very cliche story. Everything about it is cliche. Right to the beginning to the end, it's cliche. Everything you can see and everything you see in that movie you have seen in other dance movies or other movies in general. It's a cliche movie. It's not original like Inception was. I love Inception, but that's for another day. Anyway, it was very cliche. And let me just start with my pros and cons and then my opinion like I used to. Pros, I like the 3D in it. It was very 3D. Like when they're dancing, they're like that, and it really like reached out for you. The 3D was good. The dancing was good. Very, very good choreographing. Dancing was good, and the music. I like the music a lot. Like made you wanna. It almost made me wanna break out and freestyle, like just pop, 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 rock. And like the one character I liked in the whole movie was the robot guy. Like he just every time he had a scene in the movie, it killed it. I liked him. It was like, but yeah, I like that character. Cons, bad acting. None of them can act. I didn't believe any one of them. I think the only guy in the whole movie I believed was acting or pulled off a decent actor was that I don't even know his name. Wow. It was this black guy with like a frohawk or a mohawk, and he was like talking in this really African accent, and like the reason I joined this club is because I love dancing. That might have not sound African, but I'm sorry, I'm not good with accents yet, but I will progress. And you know what? I kind of like the ideal of the guy being a filmmaker because I'm an aspiring filmmaker. I want to be a filmmaker too, but and the love story was crappy. Both of them, both of the love stories. There's two, and it's with the two main characters. The love story was bad. Acting was bad. Cliche all around. Just very cliched movie. And like I don't want to give anything away. Like I don't want to give the scenes. I mean, like I said, it's cliche. You could guess what happens. Guy joins a group. Group has problem. Group joins contest to beat other team, and they win. Good days for all. Guy gets the girl at the end. Girl gets guy at the end. Like I was saying, there are two guys that had love stories, and basically there are two main characters. It's like this really awesome buff guy, or he seemed like a buff guy, and this really skateboard looking kid with like long hair and stuff. He wore like a beanie, and for the guy who wore the beanie, he didn't really love the girl that was the love interest there. It was just a one-sided thing. Like she loved him, but he's like, "You're my best friend. We've been together since we were little. Best friends. We're best friends. You're awesome." And uh, best friends. Good job. And the other one was so cliche. Right off the bat, you knew those two were gonna hook. Right off the bat. And like the villain, their opponents in the whole story. Well, we see them three times. You see them in the beginning. You see them in the beginning, you see them somewhere in the middle of the beginning, and you see them at the end. They'd never show the whole group as a whole dancing or showing like their style of dancing. You don't see the villains. Or, sorry, the opponent group. You don't see them. No. You only see them in the beginning where you see like, it's so weird, cliche, like the kid with the long hair and the beanie, like he just saw this guy walking by with some like rad shoes, like, dude, I love those shoes. I'm gonna follow this guy and ask him where he got these shoes. And he just like follows him, and then all of a sudden he comes to this group of people like just dancing, and all of a sudden he just jumps in and he starts dancing too. Like, really, they dancing, dance. They're dancing. And all of a sudden he's like the big man. He's the bad. He's awesome. Like, nah, that kid's awesome. He just beat that guy. Like, I don't care. Stupid. Anyway, yeah, the villain, the main, their main opponents they sucked. There was no hype to lead to their battle. I mean, we all knew, okay, it's going to be this team versus this team. That's it. Three main scenes of dancing that dealt with the competition as a whole. Like I said, the dancing was good. I like the dance. And like the second love interest with the buff guy, and he's like with this really hot girl, and it's like really played out, cliched. Like, he's like, she looks interesting as I stare at her in the cameras, because like they own their own house, and then they have their own club, and they have like monitors watching people, and for some reason the camera was focused on this particular girl, and he's like, she's interesting, I'll go talk to her, and then they build a relationship from there. And what I find so funny about their relationship is when they kiss. They kiss like twice in the whole movie. And every time they kiss, I would see the scene, but I would not see them kissing, because what happens in the background is more interesting than them kissing. Like the first time they kissed. The first time they kissed, they're like at the vent thing, and he's like, watch this, like liquid flying up into the air, and they're like holding each other. And I'm not even joking. If you see this movie, pay attention to that scene. Because right in the background, you will see a guy or a woman, I don't know what, I couldn't see, it was blurry. A guy and a little kid, like, they're like leaning on the railing, looking out into the river, looking at the city. I was like, well, those are random characters out of nowhere. I thought the scene was supposed to be focusing on these two's relationship building, but no. There's like two other people in the background, and I was just noticing that they were the only two in the background. And what I find it weird is this is supposed to be like some kind of secluded area. Where did they come from? Where did they pop out? That was weird. And then the second time they kissed, she was leaving on the train in the train station, I think, and he joins her, and they're like, "You came." Yeah, I came for you, baby. And they were about to kiss. And when they were about to kiss, there's this random guy in the freaking train. He's like this. Looking around. He's looking around like he's confused. Like, this is a train station? I've never been in a train station before. This is so interesting. And I was like, again, I'm supposed to focus on these two kissing when there's like a retarded guy in the background just like, ooh, interesting. Oh. And then like the nerdy couple, the nerdy guy and the nerdy girl, like out of nowhere after they kissed, the other couple kissed, they kissed like, and I'm like, really? Right now? And they kissed like with the group. They were like with the group, and then all of a sudden it just turns out like, so you picked this moment to kiss when there were like 3 different moments where he could have kissed her. There were 3 different moments where he could have found a kiss, and there was a moment 5 minutes before he kissed her that would have been a perfect time to kiss her. Like, wow, really? You picked that time to kiss her. Smart.